Let me take you back to 1843. For many in England, a time of great poverty. You've heard of the gap between the rich and the poor. In Dickens' time, it was infinitely more. The poor in society could barely survive. There was child labor and the death rate was high. No benefits for the poor. You have no job, there's the workhouse door. If charity can't save you, there's a prison. Dickens felt the pain, so the novel was written. Part book, part persuasive pamphlet, to help all the poor that society'd abandoned. Remember, there was no NHS, no free health service for the pain in your chest. These are the things we take for granted today. But it wasn't always this way. In the time of Charles Dickens, many people in England were poverty-stricken. There was child labor and appalling work conditions. Charles Dickens set out a new Christmas vision, and A Christmas Carol was written. Dickens' own father had been in debt, so he saw the factories himself and he couldn't forget. Some people like Robert Malthus thought differently. They said, let the poor die, the population decrease. These views are embodied in the character Scrooge. Dickens knew society needed a new route, so he put it to the people to make a change. Add in the theme of Christmas and the message remains. You might even say he invented Christmas, or the way that we see it today. For instance, it being a time of goodwill and kindness, and Christmas spirit, the message remains timeless. A time for family and being together. All these themes are inside the novella. Dickens was a philanthropist, exposing society's ills in his manuscripts. In the time of Charles Dickens, many people in England were poverty-stricken. There was child labor and appalling work conditions. Charles Dickens set out a new Christmas vision, and A Christmas Carol was written.